Hello, everybody. I am back for another episode of Laundry Chats. So, my idea behind Laundry Chats was to hop on my phone and record a video when I'm folding my laundry, which is something I do almost every day, and talk to moms about all things mother. And my hope was to create a space that moms could come to for a source of inspiration, maybe some education, and maybe even some entertainment from time to time. I feel like motherhood and motherhood can feel a little bit lonely for some people. I know I probably felt that way in my early days of motherhood. And now, 7+ years in, I would love to just be a friend to those moms that are feeling on their own and chat about things I've got going on in my life that I think are common themes across there. So anyway, that was my thought. And then I didn't do it for like weeks on end because you know what they say, you make plans and God laughs. So ain't that the truth? The last 3, 4 weeks have felt very chaotic and stressful in our home as my husband and I try to optimize things for our family in our life and just make some changes. So one thing that was not on my bingo card for this year was returning to work as a nurse. So I, by trade, am a nurse. However, I left my job in the hospital before I had my second baby. So that baby is now 5 years old, and I've had two babies since then. And since I left the hospital, I was working in our gym. I worked as a nutrition coach. I taught certain classes. Then I started my own nutrition coaching. So I've done things on the side, but I really did not plan on going back to nursing until recently. So this has been a little stressful lately because I have just been applying to so many jobs, interviews, left and center. Goodness. Zoom interviews, phone interviews, in-person interviews. And let me tell you, things are different than they were when I was interviewing 10 years ago. So that's been interesting. And I have 4 little kids and I homeschool. So the schedule piece of returning to work was creating a lot of stress for me because first and foremost, I did not want to create a lot of disturbance in the routine my kids are used to. So that was just really stressful for me and very worrisome. And I've been praying so much that God would make it abundantly clear where I'm supposed to be and where my husband is supposed to be in terms of his career. And I feel like he's done that. I was offered a job yesterday, and it looks like I'm going to be ending up in private duty nursing for pediatric patients. So that is home care for medically complex kids. And my background in nursing is in PDICU and PD float pool. So right up my alley. It's not somewhere I ever thought I was going to be nursing wise, but I feel like it's where I'm meant to be. The amazing thing about this is that there is so much flexibility with scheduling. I get to pretty much make my own schedule and work when I want to work. I'm considered per diem, which is just amazing. And I cannot tell you the relief I feel knowing that I'll have control of my schedule so that I can fit this in around the most important part of my life and not vice versa. Because for me, like I have my dream job in being a mom and homemaker. So this is just extra. But anyway, that is just about sorted out. And I'll probably be getting started with that in the next couple of weeks. There's definitely still like some stress for me in going to work because I don't like to leave my babies ever. And Maria's little. She's not even 6 months old yet. But the positive here is that she will be with dad when I'm at work. So I know she'll be in the best hands. And we are just going to have to adjust a little bit. This won't be in a full-time capacity. It'll be anywhere from 16 to 24 hours a week. So it's going to be manageable. It's been good for our family. And I am just so grateful that God presented me with this opportunity. And he truly did make it so abundantly clear that this is where I'm meant to be. And here's the crazy thing. I've just been asking, like, God, please send me a sign. Let me know where I'm supposed to be. Because I was offered other positions, but it just didn't feel quite right. And I didn't know if I was being silly, throwing away a good opportunity. I've been asking him for a sign, and get on the interview. This was a Zoom interview. And the nursing supervisor who was interviewing me said, "Oh, so and the person she was asking me about was the nurse who oriented me in the PICU about 12 years ago. One of the most fabulous nurses I've ever worked with. She's the kind of person who, despite the chaos going on around you, just put you at ease because she had everything under control. She was cool as a cucumber." And my jaw like fell. I was like, yes, I know her. Oh my gosh. She was like my mother hen when I was a brand new nurse in the PICU and, had so much to learn. And I was just like, I think that's it. I think this is my sign that this is where I'm supposed to be. It's not where I ever intended to be in terms of my nursing career or even just in going back to work in general. But I think this is my sign. And it's just such a good fit for my family. So anyway, something that I wanted to talk about today was I finished my laundry, so I don't have to do that anymore. Family values. So we have a set of 4 family values. And the reason that I want to bring this up is because being really clear on what your family values are make everything else simple. They make every other decision so much easier. So our family values are faith, fitness, freedom, and family. So faith, we are Catholic. That means we attend church every week. We pray together as a family. We say grace before meals, and it's God first in our house. Fitness, we really believe in being the healthiest we could possibly be, treating our bodies like temples, and we're committed to remaining physically active as a family. Freedom, we're not just talking about freedom in terms of being Americans, freedom in terms of like time freedom, financial freedom. Like what can we do to really be as free as possible? Big part of the reason that we homeschool. And then number 4 would be families. That's another huge reason why we homeschool. We want to be together as a family, prioritize family time. But I bring this up because as I was getting other job offers that would have perhaps been things that were better for my nursing career, I really had to look, is this the best thing for my family? And is this going to provide me ultimate freedom in my scheduling? And the answer was no. If I went back to a job in the hospital, I need to meet certain requirements for their scheduling, et cetera, et cetera. And when I sat down with my husband and we discussed this and I was bringing up these points, yes, I could make more money here and maybe there's more potential for career growth here. It was an easy no when we were looking at how is this going to impact our family time? How is this going to impact the kids? How is this going to impact the freedom that we're working toward? And then this other job came up for me, and it might not offer the same in terms of career growth, but career growth isn't one of our family values. And I understand that's different for everybody. And that might be a touchy subject for some moms. But for me, when I look at what our values are, it made it really simple to make that decision. So anyway, here's just my encouragement to you. If you and your husband have not outlined a clear set of family values, I really implore you to do it because it's going to make every decision in your life so much easier to make. And I think as moms, we make something like 200 plus decisions a day. So if we can make them a little bit easier, why not? So anywho, going back to laundry chats, my goal is to get on here a little bit more frequently and try to share with you things that are going on in my life, things that may pertain to yours, share my insight. And heck, I'd love for you to share yours in the comments and just provide moms with a community, a supportive community of other moms, other women who are going through it too. But anyway, do me a favor. If you enjoy watching these videos, please subscribe to the channel so that I know to make more of them, and drop something in the comments if you have anything to share, if you've gone through something similar in terms of going back to work, or if you have any tips for going back to work and leaving a baby, because I haven't had to do that since my firstborn and I'm already a little anxious about it. Have a great weekend, guys.